What's good, people? How are you? Hope you're all doing great. And I have a quite an interesting update today where we speak about what Google Maps is up to and how you can get individual profiles if you happen to be a Google Maps user. If you are a Google Maps user, you have the option to create a profile, individual profile on Google Maps where you can upload your content in terms of pictures, reviews that you have ever written. You can follow people, you can have a set of people following you. In fact, you become a local guide where you can start talking about the local businesses around you, write reviews, do anything that you want, and have and build a following. While this left me in with a second thought that maybe it's not such a great idea, because you know how people are. Whenever there is following involved, people tend to get a little crazy about building this following and building their own fan base. Not just that. Now, when you write reviews about businesses and when you start posting pictures about businesses, in my last 15 years of experience of working with businesses and individuals, I've seen people struggle a lot when it comes to having to struggle with people writing bad reviews, uh, especially when they're not genuine. Somebody has written a review and this guy doesn't even know if he's a genuine guy, because I've heard businesses talk about things like they take a picture of the restaurant from outside and they never step into the restaurant, and then they start writing bad things before even experiencing anything in the restaurant. So I think these things tend to have a lot of practical issues, which may not be such a great idea after all, in my opinion. And and I mean, it's an option. You can stay without opting this feature of building a profile where you will still go ahead and use Google Maps like you always did. But with this new option, you have a tendency, I mean, you have a local guides have a tendency to start writing about things, especially when they don't believe in, they want to get popular. So there are, and it also leaves an open end where, what if there is something wrong going on between the business and the local guide? Maybe he's taking money illegally, and then maybe he's writing about something. Not that they would do that, but based upon my experiences where I come from. So based upon these things, I think it may not be such a great idea after all. But you never know what happens until it gets started. People use it, then we may be in a better position to talk about how that would pan out. So I'm just going to share my screen with you where it talks about how giving each user their own profile. And once you have your own profile, Google Maps will start looking like this, where you have contributions. It could be images, it could be reviews that you have written. Maybe there's a small bio about yourself. Then you have a set of followers that follow you, and then people whom you can follow if they're of interest. It says local guide here, and then there are levels awarded. So it kind of puts you into that mindset of trying to build a following, grow, and start building a fan base, so that you can leverage your content and start selling them something. It could lead to anything. I am not really sure how this would turn out to be, but I think it's a good initiative though from Google's end. But businesses have to be cautious and make sure that they don't get into trouble because of these things. And also, Google, my business, is also launching a paid service where you would get guaranteed by Google links. I think you would have to pay about $50 a month for that. And once you start doing that, your business will be listed as guaranteed by Google, which will add additional value to your local audiences. So, nevertheless, my intention and my curiosity is around what your thoughts are. So, why don't you pen down your thoughts in the comments and let me know, what do you think about this feature? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good for businesses? Will it help them actually? Or do you think it's just not, just another initiative where there is no real value add, but then Google thought it should add some social element to Google Maps and it just did this? So please pen down your thoughts, please put in your comments, and please let's have a healthy discussion and see how what our thoughts are, and then we can start talking about it. And yeah, I think that's it from me. So, but don't forget to put in your thoughts, and then we shall discuss that later. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. This is Casey. Until next time. Cheers.